So I am delighted to be here and delighted to introduce our very generous and innovative community partner. Ramona Little-Taylor is now the Deputy Director of County Library Services in Marin County. And when we began our partnership, Ramona Little-Taylor was the branch manager at Point Reyes. So I'm delighted to turn things over to Ramona Little-Taylor. Thanks.
Thanks, Professor Burke. At Marin County Free Library, we want every child to reach their full potential. Yet in Marin, thousands of children still face barriers to early childhood education, literacy development, and high school graduation. We believe that all those children can reach their potential regardless of race, ethnicity, or income. And so building on children and family strengths and resilience, the library's education equity initiatives aim to close these gaps as a member of the Marin Promise Partnership and expand opportunities for low-income students and students of color and address the persistent and systemic inequities in education. So with that, we provide the Reading Buddies program as one of our strategies to support grade level reading in 3 regions. There's West Marin, Marin City, and South Novato. We chose these areas of the county because the data shows that these are the greatest education disparities in Marin. And of course, we also acknowledge and recognize that San Rafael is part of that group, but we don't actually have a physical library in San Rafael because San Rafael Public is a different library system. So they're one of our partners. All of these communities are impacted by a long history of systemic and institutional racism in housing policies, segregation, redlining, education, and health disparities. We primarily serve Black, Latinx, English language learners, and immigrant communities. So our Reading Buddies program provides one-on-one tutoring that helps build a love and daily practice of reading. The students read with their buddy for about 20 minutes. And why 20 minutes? It's because the research shows that if a child reads 20 minutes a day, this nurtures their vocabulary development, improves social emotional skills, and literacy skills, which are essential to school success. We started the partnership with Dominican and Professor Burke in 2019, and some of the greatest impacts we've seen is the value of a near-peer mentorship from the Dominican students. The little buddies develop strong positive relationships with the Dominican students. They start to look up to them and see themselves as learners who might one day become a Dominican penguin and attend college. Some of our students have experienced trauma in their lives or they aren't confident readers. This year, our school partners and parents have reported seeing reading gains in the children who participate in our program, and our staff see children opening up, expressing themselves as confident learners and enjoying reading. What did we learn this year? We weren't sure how the program was going to transition to the virtual sphere, but what we found is that we were able to increase access using an equity lens to support students living remotely in West Marin. Historically, West Marin is frequently left behind in major initiatives due to transportation challenges, it's a long drive, and being one of the most remote areas of the county. In previous years, we were only able to serve children who could walk or get transportation to the Point Reyes Library. Due to the virtual platform, we were able to serve students across a 40-mile radius from Tamales and Bodega Bay all the way to Bolinas and Stinson Beach. This is huge. We plan to adopt a hybrid model for our program as we move forward and things open up because we see the impact and the ability to serve more students who are often left behind in most major initiatives that happen in the county. Few stats to close us out is in West Marin, we accomplished with the students 9,990 minutes of reading this year. We read a total of 325 books, and we had 333 individual sessions of Reading Buddies. And I will turn over to Jhenalynn, who is one of our long-term Reading Buddies students.
Hi, everyone. My name is Jhenalynn Valete, and I'm a freshman honors nursing student at Dominican. For both my fall and spring semesters, I was in a service learning class, Effective Communication 1, and now Creative Writing taught by Professor Burke, which allowed me to work with my community partner. I got the amazing opportunity to work with the Reading Buddies program, in which I worked with children around the West Marin area. The program consisted of meeting with children once or twice a week with 30-minute sessions each child, and I dedicated 2 hours to the program weekly, in which I was able to meet with different students from different grade levels. At first, I was a bit scared to work with my younger students just because I never really got to work with young students before. However, there was nothing to be scared of at all because I knew my library coordinator was happy to help me if I struggled with anything, which was always reassuring. One funny story was I actually had to do my first session in front of my own library coordinator because we were having Zoom difficulties and I could not be placed in my own breakout room. And to say the least, the experience was intimidating, but also reassuring as well, as my coordinator was able to give me feedback, which only made me a stronger tutor. So through the program, I have been able to help fulfill their main goal, which is to help lessen the education equity gap between children of color and white students in Marin, as well as to help strengthen their love for reading. And I know school funding can make it difficult for children to get the help that they need, and some parents may not have the time or tools to help their children education-wise. So it is great that the Reading Buddy program is geared towards helping those children who are falling behind or who just need individual attention. I really enjoyed this experience as not only was I able to help students with reading, but I was also able to make connections with my own students. One student in particular is an Asian American student, just like me, and she was super shy at first, and for the first few weeks we strictly read, but after a while she got comfortable with me and we were able to talk about her life, which was super rewarding. I felt honored that she felt comfortable enough to share things with me, such as like her art projects, how her day was, and even her beloved pets. One thing that she shared with me that kind of stuck with me was that she was a child of immigrants, meaning she would be a first-generation college student if she chose to go that route. And this strengthened our relationship as I'm also a first-generation person of color, and I felt like I was able to serve as a role model to her and was an example that she could do anything that she puts her mind to. Working with her for 2 semesters in a row was so rewarding as I got to see her progress each week. She would always choose a more difficult book each week, and she surprised me every session. She was resilient and always tackled big words with no hesitation, which was inspiring to see as she was so confident. It was an honor to see her grow, and I can only hope the best for her future. Not only have I been able to serve as a tutor, but also as a friend, and overall this experience has been one to remember and one that I will always value. Thank you guys so much for your time.